Are you guys ready for a Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni NFL roundup of everything that's been going down the last couple days in pop culture? Oh my goodness. All right. So those that are new to the channel, welcome. My name is Ashley Brianna Eve. I'm a professional astrologer. I do this full-time, not stream full-time, but I love streaming. Do this full-time with clients, with clients using astrology, human design, and tarot to help them change their lives from the inside out. I'm just going to give you guys a warning off the get-go, especially if you're brand new to the channel. I am like a little bit off my game today in terms of my nerves because my husky, for those that have hung out at the channel for a while or for the last week, you know that my husky was admitted to the hospital. Let me get my lighting better. There we go. My husky was admitted to the hospital last night. We had to rush him into a critical care team. So I'm a little bit off my game. Probably won't be as like loud as I typically am and out there as I typically am. But I was like, you know what? Sitting staring at the clock, waiting for another update is not the way to go. So I was going to stream. So I'll stream with you guys. We're going to do just a roundup. I have notes here. We're going to talk about the intimacy coordinator. Have you guys heard about this? That came out to support Blake. We're going to talk about Ryan Reynolds and how the astrology kind of called that he was going to have more like family stuff coming out for PR. Ryan and Justin's human design. I'm hoping to get to that. You guys have been requesting that. So you guys wanted a connection chart on human design for Ryan Reynolds and Justin Baldoni. Hello. Thank you so much. I figured, you know what? I've been sitting there staring at my phone. And I was like, I'm just going to go live. Why not just go live and have some fun with you guys, talk about pop culture? And then we're also going to look at, guys, actually, I've never pulled up Taylor and Travis's human design. I can't believe I've never done that. So we're going to pull up their human design, and I am going to pull some cards to ask the question, was the NFL rigging the games to make sure that Taylor made it back to the Super Bowl for views? We're going to ask that question. Yes, there's a rooster roostering and crowing in the background. It's like a little bit of chaos at the house today with everything going on and with the dog and just trying to get back into the swing of things. All right, where should we even start? Let's pull a couple cards for this intimacy coordinator first. Is there a bullshit card? Is there a bullshit card? Because I want a bullshit card. I'm going to make my own tarot deck, and there's going to be a card just called bullshit. It's going to be the Ashley tarot deck. And it's going to be like liar, bullshit. I'll keep the death card. Oh my gosh. Can you guys hear the rooster? Welcome to the chaos that is my life. But let's pull up this article first. Let me see if I can find it here. It'd be nice if I didn't have 75 million. Let's see if I can find the article. But let me know how are you guys doing? How's your week going so far while I try to find, there it is. I try to put everything in order, but then it doesn't show me an order on StreamYard. Hello. Thank you for all the love. Oh my goodness, we feel it. We feel it so much. And you guys are helping by being here and streaming and hanging out with me because we are so close to getting the channel fully monetized. So thank you for being here, my friends. This all helps. Okay, so let's look at this first. I want to pull some cards. One day, maybe I'll just write on a piece of paper different cards we'll make like Ashley's own deck. But this is obviously a PR move. It's some rando intimacy coordinator. I'm not going to pull up videos of her. Other channels I've noticed are pulling up videos of her and kind of picking on her a bit. I'm not going to do that. But it is kind of like, it seems like an intimacy coordinator for hire. You know what I mean? Just going to leave it at that. I know they are for hire, but I think you know what I mean with that. So this was a headline. Hollywood intimacy coordinator speaks out on that Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni video from It Ends With Us set. A Hollywood intimacy coordinator has weighed in on the bombshell video of Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni on It Ends With Us. Okay, I just want to say, guys, last night, so my husband brought our husky into, like, he was at the emergency room and then he started throwing clots. So he had to go to a crisis team. So he's at like a specialty hospital with like a crisis unit. And I was home alone. And I thought I have to do something with my time. So I rented It Ends With Us. And that scene that they leaked actually looked so good. Other than the fact, have you guys seen It Ends With Us? other than the fact that they had to include like a close-up zoomed in on her heels, which was very bizarre and seemed completely out of place for a movie on DV. But overall, like, I thought they had really good chemistry. What do you guys think? I see online people being like, they had horrible chemistry. I don't know. And have you guys seen Justin Baldoni in that movie? What? He is ripped. What? Anyway, the very least, it was very enjoyable to watch him on screen. I'll just say that. But anyway, that scene in the movie is like them falling in love, and it's kind of telling the part of the movie where she is playing coy and she is playing a little bit hard to get, and he's pursuing her. So I think where people seem to be mixing real life and the movies is that when people, i.e. this intimacy coordinator, are saying like, yeah, she looks uncomfortable, she's meant to be playing coy in the movie. Do we not know the difference between real life and the movies anymore? Like, is society that far gone? I don't know. We need the 90s back. We need the early 2000s back. If we are so far gone that we cannot even tell the difference between movies and real life, please bring the 90s back. Bring back like Britney Spears era, Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, early 2000s pop, because what is going on here? Anyway, the whole point of this scene is that she is being pursued, and like it's kind of like, no, like we're friends, right? And she's playing hard to get a bit. So I think where people are picking up where she feels uncomfortable in that scene is like she's supposed to look uncomfortable. She in a certain respect, she's supposed to look coy. She's supposed to look like come in and kiss me. Oh no, because we're just friends. It's the whole point of the bloody scene. So anyway, continuing with, I feel like it's just gonna be a lot more unfiltered today after not sleeping and everything going on with my husky. And we also have someone that I'm like trying to get a hold of. We have chickens and someone wants to buy chickens. And I'm like, you need to confirm everything before you come to our property. And they're not confirming, which gives me anxiety. Someone just showing up at my farm. We need the night. Yes, I agree. No, all three takes of a dance scene between Lively 37 and Baldoni for it. We're going to pull a couple cards. Don't worry. Hopefully we pull the bullshit card. Revealing the pair were in apparent great terms before the actress accused him of sexual harassment. Lively in turn, I shouldn't have said that word. Oh well. Lively in turn hit back at the clip's release, saying it proved that she was uncomfortable during the scene. Girl, because that was the scene. Because that was the scene for you to be playing coy. Mia Shaster? I'm horrible with names. I apologize, Mia, who did not work on It Ends With Us. But of course, that's not in the headlines. But has worked on Apple TV's Lessons in Chemistry, HBO's Insecure. Okay, whatever. Said, she said the first thing is that he's trying to kiss her, which is the point, Mia. And they clearly haven't discussed that ahead of time. How do you know, my friend? I am open to you letting me know how you know that. Hello. Welcome, my friend. So nice to see friendly faces here. I would really like to know, other than if someone's PR was like, hey, girl, hey, you seem to like interviews and you seem to like your name in the press. If we gave you some money, would you say this? Otherwise, how do you know it wasn't? How is it clear it wasn't discussed ahead of time? And she keeps pulling away and clearly doesn't want to do that. That's the whole point of the scene. That is literally, girl, Mia, go watch the movie. I think we have something with Blake going on. She's not reading the book. You're not watching the movie. And neither of you are seeing what this scene is about, girl. It's the scene. It's the whole point of like him courting her. And it's like flashbacks and flashes of them doing different things. And I thought it actually, like the final scene looked hot for that slow-mo compilation, other than the shoes. How out of place. Like you had to get the shoes in. Adding that there was no kissing written into the scene, a script expert reads, EXT bar night. Lily and Ryle slow dance in the barn. Oh my God. In the bar. I have a barn. That was a bar. Patrons around them drinking and watching sports completely in their own world. Mia said if an intimacy coordinator had been present, they would have stopped any kissing. There wasn't any kissing. That was the point of that scene. Am I going crazy? Has anyone else seen this movie? Am I going crazy? That was the entire point of the scene. I don't know. I thought they were like hot together. I felt chemistry. And I would be honest if I didn't think they did. But I don't know. Hello. Nice to see you guys. So let me know, have you guys seen the movie? Did you see how the screenplay or that clip played out? She said it was Baldoni's responsibility to ask Lively what she thought of kissing in the scene, but claims he just went for it. She pulled away and then he did it again. I'm not frozen. I am just so tired of bullshit. Like, how does she know? Like, to me, and we're going to pull a couple cards, but to me, this just comes off as like a planted article. I'm sorry. Like, this comes off. How did she know? And yeah, he just went for it and she pulled away. That was the whole point of the scene. This Mia girl says it's his alleged failure to communicate that was pretty damning, both as an actor and director. It's rare to get me at a loss of words. It is very rare to get me at a loss of words. I always have a lot to say, which is why we end up streaming for an hour and a half when my schedule gives me like 20 minutes to stream and it's an hour and a half later. And then I'm working into midnight trying to catch up on work. I don't this just feels planted. She doesn't see either of them lying. I think they're both talking about their own experience. They're really strongly disagreeing about things like professionalism, etiquette, what's appropriate, what's not, what it means to be an actor. You want to talk about professionalism? Maybe professionalism isn't speaking about something you have no idea about, something that maybe you haven't even seen the movie from, speaking about something that you weren't even the intimacy coordinator on set. We want to talk about professionalism. Stay in your lane. Sorry. It's like sassy Ashley today. People that don't even know me are going to be like, where did I end up in what corner of the internet? Because this woman is unhinged. I'm just stressed, guys. My dog's in the hospital. So you know what? Like we're just like, this is me unfiltered today. Hey, I'm late because I was watching Emily D. Baker and Blake Lively. Oh, I saw that. I think I saw a clip earlier. Apparently, Lively's camp wants to allege that it was Justin's team that leaked Blake's New York Times complaint to the New York Times themselves. See, yeah, I saw that. How does that even make sense to me? It was released before it was even filed. And you mean to tell me New York? Oh, Jesus. I'm going to have an aneurysm today. We're like 10 minutes in. How does he benefit from, and the New York Times, so the New York Times for Justin Baldoni's camp, then why is Justin Baldoni's camp suing them? It literally makes no sense. If anyone knows the New York Times, they have a paywall. The paywall was removed. They all but put a fancy little PDF for you together to download the complaint and to see everything. So they removed the paywall, put it online in favor of Blake, and from Blake's perspective, the New York Times article, and now Justin's suing them for doing what he told them to do. I am so worried about humanity. It's so bullshit. The scene was there. And yeah, they're into each other. He wants to kiss Lily. Exactly. But she keeps playing hard to get, pulling away. That's exactly what the entire scene is about. Mia, watch the movie. Maybe you and Blake can get together and have a girls' night, and Blake can read the book and you can watch the movie. Just a suggestion. It was a film about SA. Then Blake complained about the scenes. Yeah, and maybe she did feel uncomfortable. But then why do you sign up for a movie about that? Then she promoted like a rom-com. Yeah, then named her alcohol after the abuser, then sold it. Yeah, it wasn't. I just think it's so funny when people tell me that like I got to be a bot or something for. I get it all the time, or people being like, "Oh, because you are on Justin's side." Watch my early stuff. I was like, guys, be nice. She's just got a difficult chart. She's just, a difficult human, Blake. And then everything came out. I was like, oh my God. And somebody checked the metadata on the New York Times article, comes out before the pictures were put on the article 5 days before. Yeah. Just like we talked about this the other day, like complete inability to take responsibility for her and Ryan. I think we did it on their natal chart reading. All right. So that's our friend Mia. Actually, she's not a friend of the channel. She's not a friend of the channel because this is like, don't talk about professionalism and then do something so unprofessional. Smearing him. He should sue you. Smearing him, saying that he didn't follow professionalism. He didn't talk to her about this. I hope that Blake Lively money pays good because that is absurd. Sorry. Usually I'm a lot more like laughy and jokey. Today I'm just like, I am tired. I am worried about my dog. This person coming to my property has not messaged me and I can't stand when people just show up at my farm. All right, we're just going to pull a couple cards from you. Blake has a lot of plants and crotchety Virgo. Apparently there is going to be a new video leaked of Blake Lively being the one improvising kisses on Justin. I wouldn't be surprised about that. That's what she wants to stop from coming out. Yep. They were hot together. He was jacked. Have you guys seen the movie? I don't know. I have a crush now. I didn't before. I didn't really know a whole hell of a lot about him, but I have a crush now. All right, let's just pull some off the top. 7 of Wands. This came up for Blake. Didn't this come up yesterday for Blake? I think so. All right, so 7 of Wands. This is about overwhelm, responsibilities you're facing, and hard to see the whole picture. So if we're looking at Mia, ultimately what we're asking, I have a crush too. Yeah. I could see why Ryan was like, say what now? You're messaging him at 11 o'clock at night? What? Haven't seen the movie, but he's hot. Yeah. I kept saying I wasn't going to watch the movie unless we got a director's cut. But last night I was like, I need something to distract me. My dog threw a clot at the ER. We were like 2 hours from the ER hospital. So my husband's like rushing in and then like an hour and a half from like the critical care unit. So like, I'm just like, I need something to distract me. So I was sitting there eating junk food, watching this going like, all right, picked the right movie. Okay. So in regards to this whole Mia situation, what's going on here? So yeah, feeling overwhelmed. Blake's feeling overwhelmed. We keep pulling this card for Blake lately. 7 of Wands reversed has been representing Blake lately and how she's feeling. So challenges, responsibilities you're facing. Yeah. So what I'm seeing right now in regards to this is she was trying to put out fires. Nah. So who's responsible for this? The Lovers. You guys that have been here the last couple of weeks, who do we keep pulling the Lovers for? Blake and Ryan. I have never, these cards that I keep pulling for these people, when I tell you I've never pulled them, like the Lovers, I genuinely cannot even remember in my entire life pulling the Lovers. I cannot stop pulling these damn cards. So the Lovers, overwhelm, the Lovers. Like who put this up to Mia saying this bullshit? The Lovers. The Lovers did. Moon reverse is another one that keeps coming up for Blake. Girl's feeling anxious. Damage control. She's feeling anxious. So anxiety, you're going to see that in the 7 of Wands. You're going to see that in the Moon reverse. and the lovers. So when we're looking at where did this article come from, the lovers. So yeah, which I think we can all like, how do you get this from that video? And I could, my background's in psychology. I can definitely say that we all we filter things through our own experiences and perspectives. And, we can look at things and the exact same things with our eyeballs, and everyone's going to take it a different way. But what irked me and what immediately sent off my spidey senses for this was planted was, where is it? They clearly haven't discussed that ahead of time. How do you know? Who said that? You're not the intimacy coordinator on set. If she was there, she would have stopped any kissing. The whole point was to not kiss. So you wouldn't have had to. They were not meant to kiss in that scene. She's playing hard to get. Watch the movie, Mia. It's like $6.99 Canadian. $7 after taxes, I think. He just went for it. She pulled away, then he did it again. That's not just some random intimacy coordinator saying shit. There you go. Blake and Ryan are feeling anxious. They're feeling overwhelmed about a situation that they're struggling to see the big picture through, and they planted it. There you go. So ridiculous. I'm sorry. Usually I'm more fun than I am today. I feel like I'm just a little bit too maybe so stressed she's losing hair. Yes. Probably. I don't doubt it. Feel the movie could have been better. I do think it definitely could have been better. I want to see the director's cut. That's the one that performed better. I want to see the director's cut. It definitely missed the mark on the message. When I watch that movie, I don't it feels like a rom-com with a couple of and I don't know. It does feel like a rom-com. I can see why it didn't perform as well. It could have been better for sure, but I didn't think it was as bad as people were making out to be. And I think they have such good chemistry. She's not even a great actress. I don't think she could fake that chemistry. Honestly. They were look, I'm even turning red thinking about it. They were hot. If Ryan controlled Blake so much, don't you think she would be the one to delete text messages from her phone if text messages pop up that he didn't know existed? I got a feeling. Yeah, that's potential. Yeah, Ryan, don't worry. We're getting there too. Ryan going to celebrate his cheater friend on Broadway was gross and disgusting. It seems like a bizarre PR move when Hugh's got his own problems right now with the public being not overly impressed. Oh, you're good. You're still funny. Have positive energy. Oh, it is overwhelming. It's very overwhelming. It downplayed the DV. Oh, for sure. To me, it didn't feel like a DV movie. And even the scenes, I mean, I haven't read the book, but I'm not pretending to have read the book, Blake or Mia. I haven't read the book. It's not my kind of book. I don't remember the last time I've read anything that isn't astrology, personal development, business related. I'm not really one to read fiction anyway, so it's not necessarily just the topic of it. But to me, I don't know. It just didn't feel like a DV movie. It was very bizarre. Yes, there were certain incidences, and Justin, his emotions are, oh, that's what I want to talk about. Damn it. I don't have the pages right. We probably won't get there anyway. He's on the ball with emotions. Not so much Blake. Her face the whole time is, but he's got yeah, I don't know. Never seen him in anything before. I'm not being paid. For anyone that doesn't know me and get if someone wants to set me up with billionaire energy and money, girl, you do you. You set the connections up because I've got a $14,000 vet bill for my dog. So if someone wants to set me up with billionaire money, support@ashleybrandeve.com. Shoot me an email. Set me up with his team. I read the book 4 times and I saw the movie last night. I gotta say that it did not hit. It did try to play the whole rom-com. See, yeah, I thought it was like a rom-com with kind of like issues in the relationship. And there were certain scenes that, yes, were obviously DV, but it didn't, it just hit as it hit as a rom-com. Yeah, she got the Gossip Girl rom-com. Okay, so we did that. The Lovers, which is who we pull for Blake and Ryan. They've also been pulling a lot of the Moon reverse, which is anxiety, uncertainty, trying to like fix a situation, gain clarity on a situation. I would say based on the cards and based on like having common sense, that article feels very planted. All right, but the next thing I want to look at is the energy. Actually, I'm going to pull up really quick the is this today? Oh, you know what? Actually, let's go to, I want to go to the article first. Ah, there it is. Okay. So the other thing that's interesting for this week, I'm going to post, will we get the website? It's funny. I called Getting More and I had asked, is it the website? I think it was 2 days before we got the video. I had an astrology reading up of just the astrology. And I was like, I think we're going to get either more videos or the website this week. And then we got the video that dropped shortly after. I think this is my own intuition. And I haven't got a chance to record the full astrology this week, but I will hopefully get to it. I think the website's ready to go. I just think it's like they're waiting to see with the gag order. And I still don't think there's been a final order on it, but I do think they're waiting. I get the feeling that's been ready to go. Yeah. They're smart. Their court case is in February. Oh, for the gag order. Okay, well then, yeah, if there's nothing they can do about it. When that website drops, just secure it. I better not be on like a client call when it drops. Are you kidding me? Are you like, emergency, everyone, I'm rescheduling. No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that to clients, but all right. This is so interesting for me based on even just the energy of this week. And I promise I'll try to get that done. Ryan Reynolds brushes off Justin Baldoni's lawsuit by showing off wife Blake Lively's baking skills. So now we're getting this energy of like the home, like we're just a family. We're just a normal family. We're baking cookies. Her baking skills are amazing. I can't relate to that. I can't bake to save my life. My way of cooking is like a protein shake and a frozen pizza. That's my cooking. So, they're doing good. He's showing love for her, praising her baking skills, dog-themed cupcakes that appear to be handmade by his talented wife. Oh, so we don't even know if they're handmade. Everyone's just assuming a lot. Ryan tagged Blake in the photo. Is this on Instagram? Showcasing the couple's decorated with frosting. Now I have to pull up Instagram. Is this on Instagram? We're just all over the place. We're just going with the flow today, guys. We're just going with the flow. I don't see anything about cookies on Instagram. Did I totally miss it? I don't see anything on. I must have missed. Bad PR. Like, they are so tone deaf. Where is this post, though? Did he delete it? Has anyone actually seen this post? This is hilarious, though. So he has the comments limited. But the fan page comments still go through. Fan City Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds photos. But I don't see the supposed wife. I'm guessing that they were limited after this. So we have his comments are limited now, and he is getting an echo chamber of his fan club. This is like 90s PR save attempt. It is. It's wild. You can't even make this stuff up. And for someone that's like, we did his astrology the other day. There's nothing that really screams the home for him. So, it just also feels when his chart, it just feels so disingenuous to be having a post like this. Oh, now we also have the Reynolds and Jackman bromance. Do you guys think she made them? Oh, it was just in stories. That's why we can't see it. Blake and Ryan are going to get everything that they deserve. If only we had Deadpool cracking jokes. But yeah, I used to really I used to think they're the cutest. They're cute couple banter on social media. It seems so fun. I genuinely feel like deceived and kind of not impressed over it because I really liked them. I thought they were the cutest. And now it just seems like, and I'm fine admitting that, I was a huge fan of both of them. Well, I was like neutral on her, but like a fan of their relationship. I thought they did such a great job building their relationship as like a brand. And I really liked all the banter. I thought it was super cute. So, all right, let's have a look though. Now that we're caught up on Ryan sharing baking, let's move on. Some of you guys have asked about Ryan and Justin's human design. We're going to do the NFL last. What do you guys think about that? Let me know in advance. We're going to pull some cards about the NFL. Do you think it's rigged to get Taylor more screen time? So before y'all found me back in 2024, when I had this channel, before I deleted everything, I did a card pull that upset a lot of people in regards to Taylor and Travis. And then the contract leaked after that, the fake contract. But I did a card pull for them well before the channel. I deleted everything off the channel. Sorry, I'm just getting some cards ready. Okay. Justin and Ryan. Okay, so guys, this is Ryan here. So he is a generator 5-1, sacral authority. We could argue it's a splenic sacral. So his sacral is attached to his splenic center. And then I'll show you them separate first. This is Justin Baldoni. So he has a lot of openness. He is a generator as well, 3-5. So I just want to give a little context on the profile. So I went into it a little bit more in depth on a previous stream, but I know there's a lot of content. So for those that are newer here, we'll just repeat it. So our profile is kind of like your public role. It's the role, like how people are meant to see you, but also how you live out your purpose. And so when we look at the profile, you're going to have your conscious number on the front. So a 3 is going to be kind of like trial and error. Like you learn things the hard way in life, unfortunately. And then the unconscious is going to be the second number, which is a 5 for Justin. The 5 has a lot of projections. All right. So when we're looking at a 5, and it's not necessarily, said this to someone in the comments a couple days ago. I said 5 isn't necessarily like a bad projection. It's just maybe you have like people are seeing all of the things that you can do. You can save them. You're the guru. You have the answers for them. And if you don't have firm boundaries with people, it's very easy for people to project on you and then tear you down as soon as they perceive you as having not lived up to their expectations. Now, that can happen in personal relationships. It can happen in friendships. And it can also happen in, let me just, I'm just going to stop just so I don't accidentally pull up a client's chart while I'm looking for it. And then I'll pull it back up again. Yeah, the 3 is going to be the trial and error. You got it. And you're aware of it because the 3 is the first number. So you're conscious. So Justin's aware, like he's probably learned things the hard way through life. It doesn't necessarily mean, and you know, that you haven't also had good things happen for you. It's like you learn things the hard way. It's what they say in Human Design BG5, like going to school through like the school of hard knocks, right? You bump into life. So a good example of someone that I think, you know, our generation can relate to of a 5th line, but she's a conscious 5th line is Britney Spears. So this is Britney's chart. But I wanted to use her as an example on what can happen to the 5th line. So the 5th line, it's like, you know, the princess of pop and, oh my gosh, you're amazing and you're perfect and da, 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 da. But then as soon as she kind of went against expectations of her and she started to like, you know, come out with I'm a slave for you and that type of era, people could not wait to start tearing down the 5th line. What also happened is when like all the bad mom stuff came out and people were accusing her of being a bad mom, even though like paparazzi were chasing her. Like, do you guys remember those days? You don't have to like Britney, but do you remember those days where she was swamped by like hundreds of paparazzi and then she would trip with her baby because she's swarmed by paparazzi and then they're like, bad mother, bad. That's the 5 line. People love to see the 5th line as like the guru, the savior, like saving pop music. But they cannot wait to pull you down when shit goes wrong. Ryan should have come to me. I would have told him this because he is a 5-1 as well. And people are like, all right, you fooled me. I liked you, but now, you know, gloves are off. Britney took it the hardest. People can say what they want about Britney now and what she posts now. But if you were alive and old enough to know what Britney went through, even prior to the conservatorship, I don't know how she has any thread of sanity at all now. At all. I don't know how she has any thread of sanity after going through that. My heart, like I can even like remember those pictures of her hiding with her baby, with her son in like the cafe and people still taking pictures of her and like, ugh. I feel so bad for her. And you look back and it's like, what did she I genuinely, and someone could like prove me wrong, genuinely let me know what she did to deserve any of that. Like she seemed like a pretty unproblematic person. She says she's 5. I think she has a lot of issues now. But my background's in psychology. The human psyche can only take so much, period, before it starts to break. I've seen it. I worked in the counseling field for many, many years. The fact that woman has any shred of sanity is like a miracle after what she was put through. Remember those days of social media was a thing back then? That stuff with Britney would never have happened. Yeah, because people were, yeah, exactly. It would have never happened. I bet it was her father calling the paparazzi. Probably. I feel really bad for her. It's like everyone that's been around her has been a snake and taken advantage of her. Anyway, so I was using Brit as an example of the 5-1. This works against Ryan as well. You know, people love you to be like the cool, funny guy and to pump you up like the cute relationship and all of these things, right? Like people love that. And if people are bought into it, they're going to be really excited about you and they're going to be on your side. But the 5th line, again, works for Ryan and against Ryan as well. Because as soon as people, like if they feel like they've been duped by you, if they feel as though you've been dishonest about who you are, people have no problem. Like we've seen with someone like Britney, tearing down the fifth line and being like, I'm going to expose you. And I think that's a part of what his problem is right now, is that fifth line. I don't know. But when we look at Justin, the difference here is he's a 3-5. So what you could see is Ryan was a 5-1. The 5 was in the front, and Justin's a 3-5. The 5 is behind. It's the second number. Why that's significant is when it's unconscious. So it's when it's the design, the red side, that means it's based on 88 days before your birth. You don't understand. So what goes through the head of someone with a 3-5 is going to say, why do you see me as the savior? Like, why do you see me as the leader? All I do is mess up. Why is everyone coming? And I'm not talking in the sense of like being the director. I'm just talking in general sense of living your life and growing up as a 3-5. It's going to feel like, why do people see me as this person? Everyone's projecting on me that I can help them or I can save them, or Why? All I do is like fall on my face and learn the hard way. Why do people see me as a leader? And so it can also sneak up on you with a fifth line when people turn on you. It can sneak up on you a lot more than when the 5 is conscious because you're not aware of it. It's below your conscious awareness. So I do think there's like an aspect, and that maybe that's what even sent him on his spiritual awakening journey. I was talking about this with some colleagues this morning in the spiritual spaces, and like nothing he says is shocking to me. I was watching old interviews of him. Who's the one guy? Nick Vile or something like that. Where he's talking about like toxic masculinity and stuff. Like those conversations are so normal in the circles I run in that it doesn't feel weird to me. Like he just seems as though he's someone that's very in touch with his emotions. And, I saw an interview with Blake. I should have pulled it up. I'll deal with it another day. But where she's talking about she struggles with her emotions. And so she makes jokes or like makes light of a situation to like avoid dealing with the feelings. And so I also think that could have caused a lot of tension between them, because if he's really in touch with her emotions and that makes her really uncomfortable. And I do think there's probably a dynamic in the house of Ryan and Blake, open solar plexus for Ryan, undefined for Blake. And with the open solar plexus, it's like, I don't really know what to feel. And with the undefined solar plexus, it can feel like, walking on eggshells. You're kind of afraid of emotions because you don't really want to feel others' emotions, because sometimes it's just the fact you feel them so deeply. So you're amplifying them at 200%. So I don't doubt like they have emotional issues. And I don't mean emotional issues of like anything other than with dealing with emotions. I have an open solar plexus and I'm not a huge fan of emotions. So it's not like judging them and like they suck and they should be more emotionally in touch. I have an open solar plexus and I don't like emotions. So like I struggle with it as well. So I can see as well with that kind of activation that Blake has with being around someone that's like very in touch. Where is he? And again, he has an open solar plexus, but he's done the spiritual work. Not that I haven't done the spiritual work, but I just like, I don't know. There's just like, I'm not like, I tend to just be loud and whatever. I'm sometimes being like, and I was a counselor, I was like such a tough love counselor too, but I got results for people, but I was very tough love when I was a counselor. But anyway, he has an open solar plexus. I really believe as a 3-5 with an open solar plexus and an open head center and an open ego, like not even undefined, open. That was a huge catalyst for Justin to go on a spiritual awakening journey. And good for him if he's been able to like come in touch with his emotions and really leverage that open solar plexus. And open solar plexus can be really powerful for acting as well, for those that use it right, because you can use the emotions of those around you to really get into character and like feel emotions on a much deeper level. I worked with some stage actors a couple of years ago with an open route. And when we started transform that of like, instead of turning pressure in on themselves of those around them and the expectations on them to actually like leveraging it, it was totally a different ball game. Same thing with Justin with the open solar plexus. Instead of allowing the emotions of others to consume you, understanding how to feel them without making them your own and become really emotionally intelligent is the exaltation of an open solar plexus. So I think he's done a lot of work. Maybe that 3-5 life. I have a lot of clients that are 3 lines. It's a tough life. Like again, I don't need anyone to be like, oh, it's so tough. Like he's an actor, a famous actor. It just means like you're just school of hard knocks, a lot of trial and error, a lot of falling on your face and getting up again. And especially for someone unconscious, that's like, I'm supposed to be the leader. And, that might even come into a lot of the conversations internally for Justin right now is like, if he, I don't know him. If he put a lot of pressure on himself for this movie, for it to turn out a certain way and be something super special for people that have been through this experience and to lead like this movie into a certain way it manifests, right, for other people and looks on the screen, and it didn't accomplish that. This is someone that could be like really taking it hard online, seeing people be like, the movie sucks and it's shit and da-da-da, and they don't have chemistry and all this stuff. He could take that really hard. Open solar plexus, open mind, open ego, unconscious fifth line. But I do think that this is one of the biggest pieces that really spurred him into a spiritual. There's just so much openness in his chart. And that can be so overwhelming. All right. So who are we going to? No, not Justin and Blake. Don't need Tom Holland up. Okay. We'll pull up Justin and Ryan. Wait till you see this. I need water. Okay. So this is Justin and Ryan. I honestly think in different circumstances, they would have actually worked really well together, to be honest. There's a lot of positives. Most emotion Ryan shows is in his Instagram post where Blake's come out looking bad in the picture. Yeah, that is actually true. Ryan shows Hugh Jackman so much more love on Instagram than he ever has for Blake. They have like a real bromance going on. Ryan's they could be bros. Ryan's act of love towards Blake is when he insults her and then says, just kidding at the end, which is interesting that you mentioned that because that's also how she seems to like deal with relationships. Is that her own? Like, is it kind of like, I hate the words, but I'm going to say it, kind of like that trauma bond, like bonding through your pain, bonding through your own issues, right? Like finding someone else that deals with their trauma and emotions in that way. Maybe. I feel that the way he talks and his approaches, you can feel his passion and love for what he stands for. I agree. So I think, a 3-5 with an open solar plexus, open head center, open ego. I imagine Justin's taking it like really hard. And I don't think it's necessarily based on his chart, necessarily the issues with Blake, but more of the issues with like he wanted this to be something and it wasn't. Whoops. Sorry. Yeah. All right. But let's have a look here. So again, like there's nothing that really, so when we're looking at electromagnetic channels, there's 4 electromagnetic channels. They have better chemistry than I think Blake and Ryan. Let me just pull it up quick. Yeah, Blake and Ryan only have 2 electromagnetic channels. And look at all the that's what I said, like, I think it was yesterday. I said if Blake and Ryan came to me for a connection chart reading, I'd be like, this is going to be such an awkward call because this is such a problem. Like, bah. But they have 2. So electromagnetic are like good. It's kind of like magnets being pulled together. Compromise and dominance are very similar to squares or opposition in astrology. Like Justin and Ryan have a lot of electromagnetic channels. They have 4, including inspiration and concentration. And what we're looking at with 9 to 52 down here. So this is what's called a format channel. So when you have format channels, it's the channels that go between the root and the sacral. That's a very strong energy, even in your own. Let me see if anyone. Yeah, so none of them have the full channel separate, but you put them together, Justin and Ryan, and they have electromagnetic in a format channel, which fixes the energy of the entire chart. So when you look at this, this is two people that could come together to really actually get a lot of work done. They could really concentrate. It's when we're looking at 9 and 52, it's kind of like where the lake meets the mountain, like the stillness in the face of obstacles and the stillness to get through with determination, right? So it's not like acting hasty, which is very much Blake's energy with the 34 to 20. Channel charisma, if you're in the not self, especially since this is unconscious, right? She's probably acting really fast, moving faster than her brain's working, which is making decisions that are not aligned. And then you contrast that to Justin and Ryan, and they're like, I don't know. I feel like in different circumstances, they actually would have got along. That's really interesting. Now, where we are seeing, now look at this. They even have a companionship channel. I don't even think Blake and Ryan do. They don't. I should have pulled up Hugh Jackman too, but we're too far gone today. We're too far gone to pull up another chart. Maybe we'll do that another day. That's wild. And here's the thing too. I would say and like, obviously I don't know them, but if you're also someone that's struggling with your emotions and like being emotionally intelligent, right? Say Ryan as an example, and you're used to kind of being in these energies that are even maybe a little combative, like with Blake as an example, and not combative. I mean, I don't mean like violence or anything or abusive combatic, just like that, like square opposition type energy. That could also be a point of like issue with Justin, right? Because it's like their energy together is going to kind of like slow them down and lock them in so they can concentrate on perfecting their form, which could be the movie, could be whatever they're working on together. It's really interesting. But again, I've never pulled up their charts together, I don't think. Compromise is, and here's where we can see the power dynamics come at play between Justin and Ryan. And overall, so if these two people came to see me, I wouldn't really give this too much weight unless, like, I guess if they were like business partners, then I would say, yeah, sure, we could have some issues here and just be aware of it. But there's so much good in this chart. Everyone's going to have compromise channels and dominance channels. Like, it's, well, not everyone, but it's common, right? It's not like if you have them, you have to divorce your partner, like leave your partner. No. So I'd really be leaning into all of this. But if it was like, I get partners that are coming together to start a business, I would let them know about this for sure. But I think this is herein lies like the problem, right? Because if in theory, let's just go with the theory that Blake and Ryan like genuinely wanted to take over the movie. And within this theory, there was like a struggle over power. That's where we have a problem. So Justin compromises Ryan for the channel of struggle. So with that, Justin did up until this point, I think he will overall win. Like if that is what the point of contention was battling over the second movie, Justin still has the rights to it. But Ryan could have felt from the beginning like this struggle, this power dynamic between the two of them of like who's going to get the upper hand. Because interestingly enough, next is the channel of the alpha, which is leadership, 31 to 7. Design of leadership for good or bad. Ryan compromises Justin here. I'll show you how. So this is Ryan. He has 31 to 7, the whole channel. Justin has an undefined throat, and the 31 is just a hanging gate. Okay, so that's what it's called when there's nothing on the other side. So what it means for Ryan to compromise Justin, as I do believe Justin probably felt like he didn't have a voice, that his leadership was not respected. And that's kind of what we're seeing come out, right? But 100%, based on this energy, if this was like a married couple that came to me, likely the conversations, I've helped thousands and thousands of people with this now. I wish I had these tools when I was a counselor. Often the conversation here is like, you're always making the decisions. Like it would be Justin saying this in this relationship. You're always making the decisions. You always get the final say. Like you never listen to me. You never let me lead. You never let me make the decisions. that would be like the conversation that's going on. And now, no matter what, when you have one person with the channel and the other with the gate, you can intentionally yield that power, right? Like Ryan can intentionally feel that power struggle and be like, I'm the leader. I'm the voice, 31, the voice of the leader here, not you. Or it can, and he has it twice in his chart. So he has it design Sun, and he also has it design Saturn, self-righteousness. So he can either use it as like, I'm the voice of leadership here, sit down towards Justin, or not realize it, right? Like sometimes with compromise channels, you're in a relationship with someone and you sit there, and I'll sit there with couples and the other couple's like, shit, I didn't realize I did that. Like, I didn't mean to like override your voice constantly. I didn't mean to override where you were trying to take leadership. I'm so sorry. Right. And so it can also happen without you realizing it. And then it's just a matter of like bringing it to attention. And then the partners kind of like deal with it and move on. Right. You understand one person, they understand you. And instead of fighting, being like, you never let me lead. You never let me have like take the lead, or you never hear my voice. I never get to speak about what I want or where I want to go. Now you can understand each other a little bit better. I wonder if Ryan also has a crush on Justin. That's why he's acting so erect. How can you not after that movie? Not because of the character, don't get me wrong. But like the scenes. I don't know. Oh my God, imagine Ryan and Blake divorce and Justin and Ryan make a Deadpool and Nice Pool spinoff. That would actually be hilarious. I would watch that. If they're like, all right, we overcame our differences. Oh my God, I would so support that. We overcame our differences. We like so have a bromance now that we're playing up on the drama, and we're going to do a Deadpool and Nice Pool. Oh my gosh, they need to do that. That's so good. So good. Hugh being forced out of the closet would be their best for their own spiritual growth. I like if that is his path, and I know there's been a lot of rumors about for a long time, 100%. I can't even imagine, cannot even imagine feeling like you couldn't be yourself. Cannot even imagine it. I need to pull up Hugh's chart one day too. We're already at like an hour, so it's not going to happen today, but maybe we'll do Ryan. Do you guys want to do like maybe tomorrow Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman's charts, and we could do maybe like the human design and the astrology? His preferences are an open secret in Hollywood. Really? Interesting. And I guess if he doesn't want the public to know and his people close to him know, then that's a legit decision. I just can't, like, I cannot even imagine feeling as though I have to hide who I am. Like, I just can't. But okay, yes. All right, we'll do that tomorrow. Let me just double check my schedule tomorrow. I don't think I have calls in the morning. I don't. I have the day technically booked off to work on branding for a client, but we could probably do a 10 a.m. Eastern stream. But we'll have to like just keep it on topic and just do the two charts because I have a lot to do tomorrow. All right. So overall, when I look at Justin and Ryan, just from the perspective of human design, guys, like they have a lot of good energy and a lot of good chemistry. I think Justin absolutely could make him uncomfortable if I'm around emotions and around like this stillness. Like that's a very Zen energy, 9 to 52. It's like, let's just sit, meditate, be present, get in touch with our inner worlds, and then we'll decide how to go forward, which I feel like Ryan wouldn't be open to. Maybe not. I don't know. Doesn't seem very spiritual. Okay, so the alpha, so that we talked about that. And then dominance channels is Ryan over Justin Baldoni, which is power. So that's another sticky area where if you bring it to someone's attention, it potentially is not going to cause any issues, right? It's like, this is a potential in the relationship, right? But if you bring it to people's attention, they understand and then they can be aware of it. Some people don't care and they still are just like power tripping on other people. But power dynamics back and forth. This is a dominance channel of Ryan over Justin. So this is 34 to 57. So it's right here. So it's going from the sacral to the splenic center. And if we remember back to Ryan's chart, that is one of his sacral channels. So it's one of his inner authority channels. So not only is it like power and conflict, or conflict around power for the two of them, but it's conscious for Ryan. So it's black, and it's one of his inner authorities. So like if he's truly doing what he believes, even if it doesn't seem very aligned, but if he believes like this is right for me and how to use my power and how to use my influence and my voice, yeah, I could see how he could steamroll Justin very, very, very easily. Because if we look at Justin's chart here, see how it's white? So a dominance channel is one person has the channel and you don't. It's going to have much more of an impact if the other person has it black because they know versus red. And Justin's inner authority is red as well. So that can be, you know, almost like it's more difficult to get in touch with your inner authority. I do think that a lot of this stuff explains, especially right angle cross of the unexpected. I think he's used to a third line with right angle cross of the unexpected. I feel like he's used to unexpected shit happening. And maybe it's all that unexpected shit happening that was like, I need to be zen. I need to go on my spiritual awakening journey. I need to figure my shit out because I need to be grounded during the unexpected. Like I wouldn't even doubt that that was a catalyst for him. I would say so. All right. So that is Justin and Ryan. Tomorrow we will do Ryan, Reynolds, and Hugh Jackman. Oh my gosh, that's going to be wild. I'm so excited to check it now, though. All right. What are we doing next? What is on my list? I've got so much going. I've never made a list in my entire life. And I was like, I have so much going on. I'm going to forget everything and just show up and be like, I don't know. How's the weather where you guys are? Is it snowing there? So I was like, you need a list, Ashley, to stay somewhat focused and on topic. All right. Let's just. What do you guys think? What we're doing next? Was the NFL rigged to have give Taylor more screen time? We're going to pull some cards. We'll touch on Taylor and Travis's. Oh my God, it's already an hour. Do I have a call coming up? Let me double check. No. I don't have a call coming up. So, okay. It's all right if we go a little bit over. Our insider tea spilled. We need all the insider tea. Hit me up. Send me a message. If anyone has billionaire money, because apparently I'm paid off anyway, accepting donations from billionaires. All right. Let's have a look. Was the NFL rigged to have Taylor have more screen time? So I just want to preface this. Whenever I've pulled for Taylor, we can pull Taylor's chart up. I'm just going to stop the screen share to pull up their two charts. I'm just always afraid a client's chart will get accidentally pulled. What are their names? Close some of these. All right, we'll share again. Okay, so this is Taylor, another 5-1. So much freaking 5-1 energy and she's confrontational, left angle cross a confrontation. Taylor's not as much weeping willow as like people make her out to be. Anyway, we already have a stream on her. Travis is a 4-6. How? So medium reliability. So I could not find a birth time for him, but it's pretty reliable. Medium reliability is pretty good. It's not likely that it would change much. Yeah. So that's pretty reliable. Okay. So when I used to pull for Taylor, I was never able to separate the two of them in terms of business and relationship. And, sorry guys, how that always came across was there was an aspect to, now Swifties, deep breaths, that there is an aspect to it being some type of business arrangement with the relationship. Hello. Did I miss this? Hello, my friend. Because I never stream at this time. Welcome. I usually don't, but today, I don't even think I even got started on work until 10 a.m. It's just been a day. I'm related to the Chiefs head coach, so I'm going to have a familiar bias on the Super Bowl. That's so funny. Are you really? That's so funny. That's okay. We're allowed, welcome, my friend. It's totally cool. And we respect difference of opinions here. Unlike many channels. I respect different opinions. Is he really? That's hilarious. You're gonna be like, this crazy chick online pulled cards and said this shit. I'm gonna drink some caffeine before we do this then. In fairness, this is going to be from Taylor's perspective. That's hilarious. That is really funny. All right. I wonder if there is some secret sadness or resentment on Blake's part that she isn't partner with someone who is her own age. Maybe. Okay. So when I've pulled for the two of them in the past, what I got from the two of them was I could never separate business from them. However, I have always pulled for Taylor and Travis that he has a good sense of humor. Oh my God. We're still going to do it. We're still going to do it, my friends. I'm not backing down now. All of a sudden, I'm like, internet, snow squalls. Bye, guys. No. That's so funny. So I've never been able to pull separate it from them. Okay. So every time I've pulled for the two of them, there's been an aspect of business. Does this mean that they've only got together, Travis and Taylor, for business? No. And I've never claimed that. I've never said that. What I have said, though, is there is an aspect of their relationship that can't be separated with business. They're so off together. I don't know. Ask our friend here. We have an insider. We don't even need the cards. What I've always pulled in the past, before we get into this, I can't even believe the card we're starting with, is yes, love, but yes, PR, yes, branding. Here's what I also want to say about it. I was never, now I'm telling you guys a story to set the stage, never a Swiftie. I am not a football fan. I don't know. I'm Canadian. I do hockey. I don't know. Maybe that's very stereotypical. And now I'm going to have Canadians pissed at me in my comments. But I'm Canadian. I do hockey. Although I grew up in Windsor. They're goofy together. Perfect, actually. That's so cute. I grew up in Windsor and I was always a Detroit Red Wings fan, which also made me like the outcast of Canada because I was not a Toronto Maple Leafs fan. However, we do hockey here in my house. So I don't pretend to know anything about football. But what I will say is I was never a Swiftie. I liked her for branding. So I used to always use her as like an example for brand. She's a fucking genius. And I'm not just saying that I'm not just saying that. She is a genius. She's a legit genius for business. When they got together, whether the initial PR couple, that's why they got together, or it was truly love, and that's why they got together. I do think, and I agree, there is a goofy aspect to them together. There is this genuine energy, and I still can't separate them no matter how many times I pull for them from as a business. Now, that could mean, I get a lot of people say, it's okay, I don't care for Taylor, especially I'm finding out how much of a fake and hypocrite she is. Taylor must be a Gemini. You're like, just say it. Just rip the Band-Aid off, Ashley. Just do it. Go for it. What was I going to say? Yeah, I've never been able to separate them. Whether they initially got together for business or not, her birthday is December 13th. Genius in terms of branding. Because they were branded as America's Sweethearts. And everyone was captivated by it. Everyone was captivated by it. I will never say like I love her as a businesswoman. I've literally, when I'm trying to explain to people about how to build a proper ass brand, I always like, do you see Taylor Swift? And people are like, yes. I'm like, do that. Like, that is branding. The woman has the same hair, the same eye makeup, the same types of outfits. Like, she is so intelligent in terms of branding. And so whether it was like PR relationship or not, I can't separate them no matter how much I pull for them from business. But it's an interesting card on the top. So we're going to see. Hello, Vanessa. So nice to see you guys. We'll watch the recording. It's so nice to see you. Yes, hit the like button, my friends. Thank you. Vanessa's always got my back. You guys are so good. You guys have my back for me because I always forget to say it. We need to get the channel monetized, guys, so we can help Alaska. We can help my husky boy out. Because what I didn't realize, as an aside, is that when you delete everything from your YouTube, so I think it was in end of 2024, I had so many issues with my YouTube. People were literally sending me emails being like, oh, because I had a lot of human design stuff up, a lot of astrology teaching. People always send me emails that they're like, you're so awesome. I just downloaded all your content, turned it into courses, and I'm selling it now. And I was like, pardon me? Like, that's what? And so I was like, screw everyone. So I deleted everything. I'm like, I'm not doing YouTube anymore. Did not realize you lost everything. So I lost literally everything, every metric. So we're starting over from scratch. Anyway, let's do this. We're just going to say it. All right. Death card first. So this is for, you can sue someone for selling your intellectual property. We had considered that, and it was just it was so bad that year. I also had 2 clients rip off all my branding, took my podcast name. It was just really, really bad. And I was like, screw everyone. I'm just gonna be a farmer. I'm done with the internet. And then here we are. But yes, I should have. I definitely should have. That's my open solar plexus. I have an open solar plexus, and my open solar plexus is like, just avoid it. Just don't deal with it. Part of my shit I need to deal with. All right, death. So this is looking at Skirt. I think she's a Sag, isn't she? I don't think I have her. When was it? December 13th? Anyway, death. Okay, so when we're looking at death, it doesn't necessarily mean, and what we're looking at is like, what I get is it's not rigged. And I'm not just saying that. That's not rigged. And there's a caveat here. Business is business is business. Business is business. I don't get energy it's rigged. And business is business. So everyone is benefiting from it. However, the interesting thing for death pulling it first is ending of a relationship or old self is about to die. So the interesting thing to pull for her in regards to the NFL and being seen on it. Oh my God, I think I have chickens loose in my house again. As long as my dog doesn't kill them. That's just interesting to me. Relationship about to end? I don't know. Maybe there was a contract. Maybe the contract wasn't fake. I don't know. But that is death of relationship or death of your own identity. I also feel some of these cards that are coming up, it's not like a mutually beneficial. I just gotta say it. It does benefit the NFL for her to be getting the screen time. But I don't think it's rigged. I think the death of identity is more so, or it could be potentially death of relationship. Ugh. Let me just hang up this call. So, an aside, my family vet sent my dog home the first night saying he was fine and an upset stomach. And now they're calling me. So I wrote a scathing email. Scathing. Yeah, exactly. And that's what I think we're going to see here is he gets a lot more benefit from the relationship. And the NFL, let's be honest, gets benefit from the relationship. But I don't think it's rigged. And also with death of identity, I almost question like a discomfort almost for her with how it's leveraged. And I don't watch football, but that's it. Death. It's not rigged, but she's not getting, it's not like equal. And I feel like there's a death of identity with the death card for her of like, but what do I get from it? Because next we have 9 of Wands. Whoops. Drop everything on the floor. She's a smart businesswoman. Again, I have pulled her all the time. She's like one of the smartest businesswomen. And I'm not just sucking up. I think there's some sketchy shit that went on with Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. And there's also some shit that came out about her being a mean girl. But strictly talking business, these are business cards being pulled. Like, yeah, these are all business cards. So looking at her from the lens of business, well, next we have the 9 of Wands, which is one, love requiring hard work. Now, this is actually interesting. I'm going to show you guys something. That's an interesting card to pull because I want to pull this. Or I want to pull this up. Love requiring hard work. Just hold that in the back of your mind. When we pull up Travis and Taylor, they have 3 undefined centers still. So they have 2, 4, 5, 6 that are colored in together. So 6-3 is like freedom to be. It's like this really corny, so corny poem, whatever you want to call it, sayings that Raru came up with so you could remember them. So with the 6-3, it's like freedom to be. So this is either a couple that needs a lot of freedom or you can actually get a lot of issues because it feels like you're not actually completing each other. So it can be either way. So it's interesting that we now are pulling, and this is in regards to work as well, like a relationship that needs work. I don't think it's rigged, but I also don't think she's comfortable with like the amount of attention. I think she's very aware how it benefits everyone. I wouldn't be surprised with death that she either starts to put her foot down or something because it benefits everyone else in many ways over her. But this is, hi, Julia. I'll be done in a minute, sweetheart. This is just an interesting energy because it's either like you just need a lot of time apart. Oh, man, she compromises him in 3 ways. That's interesting. Hi, sweetheart. I know. I'm almost done, sweetie. I'm almost done. I know. I love you. I love you too, sweetheart. Good girl. Or again, it's almost like you want a lot of connection you wouldn't want all 9 either, because then you feel locked in and suffocated. So it could be a potential of like, yeah, the relationship takes work, but that's what we're seeing in the human design as well. She rebrands herself every album release, but she keeps the same brand archetype. And that's why she's genius, as has Madonna. That's why it works so well. So they both, Madonna is the outlaw rebel archetype. Taylor's the every woman archetype. And even through the rebrands, they stay in the same archetype. See, yeah, it's a complete, and that's what I'm seeing here, right? Like death, like identity, relationship that takes work. There's something not like, there's something crunchy. Hangman upside down. Hangman reverse. Oh my God, there's literally birds running around on the other side of my house. So this is interesting. Okay, so it's coming together now. This is all about putting yourself out there without a lot of return. It could be changes in romance. It could be career not working, but we know that's not it. Changes in romance, maybe. This says that, it's tough. Maybe not the lifestyle change of identity. I don't know. Maybe we have a new album coming. I don't see it as rigged. I do see them as leveraging it. The NFL is leveraging it. And I do see it as Travis definitely benefits more than she does. And I think that's causing some friction. Love requiring work, putting yourself out there without getting much in return. There might be a feeling of like, look how much you guys benefit, and what do I get from it? Justice reversed. Interesting. That's interesting. So if we're looking at justice reversed from like a business, it's corruption. It can also represent problems in relationships or dishonesty, unfairness in relationships, unfairness in career. Yeah, I get the feeling from these that she, whether she says it publicly or not, like in publicly as in those closest to her, that she isn't as like okay with all the attention as it might seem. Didn't know who Travis Kelsey was before started dating her. Yeah, like I don't watch football. She definitely is much bigger than him for sure, and now he's a household name. They were definitely like one thing I'm sorry I can't pull away from is every time I pull it, like business and them are so linked, whether that's why they originally got together or both their brands have just leveraged it, because she also came across as like America's sweetheart with him. And I had maybe that's my branding video on Taylor, because she went through an issue with Matt Healy, which negatively impacted her brand because it went against the every woman archetype. And so getting with like the football star was perfect. But I also see she's not really happy with how things are going in terms of the NFL, and not really happy with how she's being put out there. It's unfair. It's an unfair, quote unquote, work environment. It's not even. She's a businesswoman. She's smart. There's also justice reverse can be blaming your partner, which is a really interesting energy. Magician I pull a lot for Taylor is like, she'll sort it out. So I do think she's uncomfortable with how things are. I do feel that she feels it's not a fair situation, that like, what do I get from this? And she'll sort it out. She's a freaking magician. I pull that every single time for her. You don't agree with some of, like, even if you don't agree with the situation with Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, Tree's going to make her just fine. Tree Payne will sort this shit out. Her brand and her PR team is like rock fucking solid. It's all like, at the end of the day, it's all PR, what you see. But I am seeing like a discomfort. I am seeing like a death of identity. It can be a death of relationship too. Right? That can be a death of relationship. I did pull before that I thought they would not make it, not be endgame. But we're starting to see so many PR, business, romance relationships now. You can tell which one is genuine. Yeah. America's Sweetheart is her core brand. She changes styles as part of branding a project. Yes. So America's Sweetheart is every woman. So there's branding archetypes. Every person that in business that has any worth of salt in branding has a consistent brand archetype. It is very difficult to change archetypes. But yes, she moves within the every woman archetype. So every woman would, yes, be the America's Sweetheart brand. Absolutely. Knight of Swords. I don't know. This is problem, like a little bit like shady shit going on. Not on her part though. So that's interesting. That's interesting to pull. Blake is damaging everyone's image. Yeah, not even Disney. It's no one is safe. No one is safe right now. That's interesting. So this could be bullying. We're not looking at the Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, Taylor Swift of it all. Because if I did pull that reverse for that, I'd be like, yes, I agree. The three of them with their like little, we got the bad blood against Justin, for sure, bullying 100%. But this in terms of this is like some shady financial stuff and becoming more ruthless. I don't know. A lot of these cards are like change of identity and things falling apart because you feel it's unfair. Eight of Pentacles. So what we're looking at here, this is like, it's okay to build a career that's emotionally and financially satisfying. It's a mastery card. I think what we're seeing is there's something that is not satisfying right now for her, and there is going to be a death of identity. It can be death of relationship too. I don't think right now they're good. I would say I would not be ending my America's Sweetheart relationship right now when you're in the middle of the Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni, Ryan Reynolds of it all. I would not be ending my relationship right now as America's Sweetheart. I wouldn't do it. So I think it's going to be more a death of identity. Yeah. Billionaire status in 2024 that changes people for sure. It absolutely does. 100%. Absolutely. But yeah, ruthlessness. What do you guys feel? Do you think it's like, so this was pulled in regards to Taylor and the NFL. So what I'm seeing a lot from these cards is a lot of like relationships, which can be business or personal. There's uneven, it's unfair. She's feeling uncomfortable with it. It's either an end of relationship or a change in identity. It's an interesting energy. 7 of Cups reversed. Page of Cups. Y'all, this is all like relationship ending. I'm just going to say it. Do you think it's all relationship ending? Now, it can be work relationship ending. I don't think she's overly impressed. I don't think she's overly impressed in many ways. I think it felt good. It took work and it's taking work. But there's something that's like a thorn in her side right now. Something's not working anymore. And she's feeling almost taken advantage of. So I don't get the feeling, and I could be totally wrong, but I don't get the feeling the NFL itself is rigged, although it wouldn't be the first time sports are rigged. I'm in the horse world, and the shit that goes down and like horse racing and dressage and all of it would horrify people. So it wouldn't be the first time something like that was rigged, but we were looking at more of her relationship to the NFL, and something's not feeling right for her. Like that's ending, that's unhappy, and I'm ending it. Either death of identity or death of relationship. She's feeling uneasy, but she'll figure it out. The magician, she always does. But yeah, justice reversed. Man, she's not happy about something. The NFL is staged. I think a lot of this stuff is, to be quite honest, I think there's too much money in a lot of this to make it purely not. But I don't know. What do I know? I've seen a lot of shit go down in sports, even with horses, where you'd be like, how are horses, like either the horse runs the fastest or not? It's wild. Does NFL need more publicity? Did ratings go down? It's why they need Taylor. And that's what I'm seeing by these cards is like, it was like the relationship benefited you, but not me equally. Because it's a lot of uneven relationship, and it's feeling, almost taken advantage of. Like the relationship also takes work. And that one felt very her and Travis, which makes sense here. That's a lot of compromise, y'all. That's 4 compromise channels. They have 2 electromagnetic. Interestingly enough, money. I'm not going to call it a PR relationship. So I do think they like each other. Maybe even love each other. I do think they do, but yeah. 4 compromise channels. 3 to him, 1 to her. That might be interesting, and where it feels like a lot of work for her. Because he compromises her in rhythm. And she might even be feeling, and maybe that's where it feels like a lot of work. This is what I like. The NFL and maybe not the NFL themselves, but the media, everything capitalizes on her being there. Like every camera is 2 inches from her face. It does benefit her brand as well, at the end of the day. But what I'm seeing here is she does not feel like it's even footing, like what she gets from it versus what they get. And I almost feel like she's pulled into his flow, and that could make her feel deeply uncomfortable. She does not come across as someone that would like to be pulled into someone else's flow at all. The NFL saw a massive increase in profits from women for the first time in history because of her. And that's what I'm saying. Like, she's a businesswoman at the end of the day. I think something's pissing her off about the situation. Something's pissing her off about the situation. Once Taylor breaks up with Travis, it's going to go back to being what he was before Taylor. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which, I mean, he's obviously very successful. And she's just like, she's in her own league. Like, you can't, Blake Lively, Ryan, none of them are in her league. Like, no one is in her league nowadays at all. If you've ever been a game in person, they are boring. It's one long advertisement for brands. When you watch from home, every commercial is players staying around waiting to go back live. I believe it. I'm Canadian. We're like supposed to be sweet, but we're like aggressive. I just want to see people get like elbows to the face on the rink or something. I don't know. Like body checked into the boards. But yeah, so that's the cards. Something's up. Something's up. She's feeling like it's too much work. She's not getting enough in return. I would say watch for death of relationship. Might not be with Travis, but like I have no doubt there's been conversations. She's a businesswoman. I would have no doubt there's been conversations of like, and what do I get from this? Y'all are making billions off of me and off of my being here. And at the end of the day, if it is not a PR relationship and she is literally just wanting to hang out and watch her partner compete, is it called competing? I don't know, play. Shows how much I know. Then yeah, it would feel like WTF, I'm just here as a girlfriend, as a partner. Stop making so much cash off of me. But there's something going on. I don't think it's rigged necessarily, but I do think she's getting tired of people profiting off of her. That's what I would say. That is what I would say. But I know there's a lot of people online that are up in arms calling it rigged on X. I think it's just a matter of like they're profiting off the opportunity and she's starting to get pissed off about it. That's what I would say. And that like death of relationship, I don't know. If it is a PR relationship, I would say that it's starting to run its course. I would say it's starting to run its course. So that's what I would say, guys. In terms of the NFL, they are capitalizing off her. I think that's pretty obvious, but she's pissed. There's a death of something. Leaving a relationship. This is all like relationships falling apart. Could be business, could be personal. But again, what I said previously, I cannot pull for the two of them and separate business and personal for Taylor and Travis. Whether it's because they are a PR relationship or because they're just profiting off of it. Because she didn't need an image boost. Let's just call a spade after the Matt Healy issues. Canceled Taylor Swift was trending on X. People were pissed. Swifties were all up in arms. So she also benefited in the beginning from the relationship. Whether people want to admit it or not, she benefited from the relationship in the beginning because people are fucking pissed about Matt Healy. Yeah, I pulled death for Taylor. And, oh yeah, Blake and Ryan, I've pulled it for. Yeah. In separate cases. It's not good. There's shit going down behind the scenes. But I also, if I'm going to be honest, if there was a true death of relationship right now, I don't think she would. I think she'd play the game, baby. I think she'd keep going. put on the smile, put on the beautiful winged makeup, red lip, beautiful hair, beautiful outfit, and show the fuck up. I think she would. She needs it right now because you don't want the headlines to be her name connected to this It Ends With Us drama. You just don't. So I think even if there is, if she's like dying inside and she's like, I'm so over this shit. I'm being taken advantage of. Like it's an uneven business partner, uneven relationship, kind of shady financial dealings, not benefiting me. I don't think she's going anywhere right now. She needs some positive publicity at the end of the day. Find the father of her future children. Maybe. It's very possible. Has she ever said she wants kids? Like, I don't know. I genuinely don't know anything about her other than she has cats. Oh, geez. Like, I didn't know much about her in terms of like her brand, or sorry, her as a person outside her brand until like the whole Travis Kelsey thing. Because they were everywhere. You could not, it was so freaking cute. Like, I'm not even like a romantic. And I was like, oh my goodness, they're adorable. So in the beginning, it absolutely benefited both of them. Oh, sorry. Yeah, my scathing email. If it's like, can we talk? Can we talk? To the family vet. Very laser focused on our brand. She's annoyed. I think so. That's what I'm feeling. Oh, I imagine Taylor Swift is not happy to find out her bestie throws her name around a power trip because it hurts her business. Yep. Really? So she said publicly she wants marriage and kids. That's interesting. But she's not happy. I agree. I don't see happy in the relation, in like the whole NFL of it all. The whole NFL of it all. I'm not pulling happy cards. And I think a big thing for her, if I'm being honest from a human design perspective, I don't think she'll do well with someone that has 5 to 15 long term. I really don't. I can't remember who it was. Maybe it was one of you guys. But someone recently had said my partner has 5 to 15 and you definitely get pulled into their flow and it can be uncomfortable. And I just do not see her being someone. So this is Taylor. She has the 15 and then Travis has the whole channel. I just can't see her being someone that's overly comfortable being pulled into someone else's flow long-term. It's going to retire in the next year or two. Man, I wish I could retire in the next year or two. And see, I think I agree. Like it's got to be tough to be at that level. Genuinely tough to be at that level. I wouldn't want to be at that level. I really want to see how this power trio will react since chips are falling down. Will they sell each other out? Ryan, Blake, Taylor. You know, I had said this the other day. The wheel of, as you're saying that, look, you asked the question and this is the card that came out. Wheel of Fortune reverse. Well, I would say that shit's going sideways for sure. There's your answer from the cards. Wheel of Fortune reverse. That's funny. What was I going to say? I don't know. I lost it. I lost where I was going. But there you go. There's your answer. It starts selling. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Someone said, you know, she hasn't made a statement. I said, well, no, it's going to be a source. Like the source made a statement, right? I don't think you're going to see her unless it comes out. What you guys have told me also in the comments is apparently now there is a, like an order to get all the text messages and emails from Ryan and Blake. How much is her name having come up in that? Ooh. I vote for Taylor and Prince Harry, right? For another branch. Oh my God. That would be. The tower reversed. The cards are like, oh, Jesus, that would be a disaster. That would be drama. That would. And Knight of Swords. Yeah, that would definitely be drama. All right, my friends. It was so nice hanging out with you guys. So that's what I would say about all that. We covered a lot of topics today. I think that Mia is out to lunch and has nothing to be saying about professionalism. Girl, watch the movie. And that's the intimacy coordinator. Watch the start of this hour and a half. So we apparently can't talk in less than an hour and a half around here. The intimacy coordinator. Girl, get together with Blake. You guys can have a girl night. I don't know, paint your nails or something. I don't know, do something. But one of you can read the book, or you can read the book together and watch the movie together. We pulled cards. It was planted by the lovers. We know from pulling cards that the lovers are Blake and Ryan. What else did we cover? Justin and Ryan's, hi, I'm done, sweetheart. I'm done. Justin and Ryan's human design, I think in a different situation, Justin and Ryan would have got along really well, but we have that power dynamic problem with the two of them. Cards for Taylor Swift in the NFL of it all. She's pissed. Something's going wrong. Relationships taking too much work and not really worth it, basically, is what they're saying. I don't get the feeling that's necessarily in and of itself rigged, but I do. That card's come out a lot for these three. Jesus. I do get the feeling that they definitely leverage her. A full world destruction. Literally, what is going on here? We need like a reset button. Bring us back to the 90s, baby. We need a reset button. But yeah, I'm not getting the feeling things are perfect in Taylor's world. I think she's pissed about something. I think the relationship in terms of her with the NFL, potentially even her relationship with Travis, is getting a little crunchy. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm feeling. I've called it for years. I don't think they're end game. Well, not years. Years in terms of 2024 and this year. I don't know, my friends. I love this chat. This chat's a blast. I love hanging out with you guys, which is why, like, I should not be streaming for. I think there's a chicken loose. Hey? I think there's a chicken loose. Okay, thanks. The lovers going down. Ryan Blake going down. The question is Taylor going with them or not, or is she jumping ship? I don't know. All right, my friends. It is always so much fun to hang out with you. I feel like today was just like a little bit more blunt than I usually am, but you know, we made it through. We made it through. I always thought Travis was good, only until Taylor dropped a new album. Yeah. I think sometimes, like, if that's how you get your, like, no shade, if that's how you get your inspiration is through breakups, like, what do you do when things are going well? I don't know. Or I guess you can write about in your new album about how hard the relationship is to keep together, but does that cause problems in your relationship? Maybe. I don't know. I feel like that would. Honey, you wrote a whole album about how our relationship is so difficult and how you're not actually happy. What is going on? It'd be an awkward dinner conversation. I don't know. But we're channeling the humor of the gods. Yeah, it's the only way we can cope. Legit. Taylor for sure gonna take a big hit because her PR team's definitely working overtime. I wouldn't expect, like, that death card. I wouldn't expect anything that could damage the America's Sweetheart image to come out or drop right now. It's too. I know a lot of like Swifties online are like, I bet she's gonna drop, like, a lot of Black. I bet she's gonna drop Reputation. I feel like that would not be the right album to drop right now. Potentially. Just what I feel. So fun. You're welcome, my friend. I'm glad you guys have fun. I have a blast with you guys. Like, perfect way to burn through an hour and 45 minutes when I'm stressed up to the eyeballs. You're welcome, my friend. I'm so glad it was enjoyable. I'm like, oh, Jesus. Well, it's your uncle, right? I hope your uncle at least gets a good laugh out of it or has a good sense of humor around it. That's so funny. Her ex is coming up with a song. I heard that. Matt Healy. I heard that. Yeah. We might have to cover that. Talking about how she really is. I heard. Yeah, that's true. The debut album would be the best one to drop right now. Her most innocent one. That would be the best, like from a PR standpoint, that would be the best one to drop right now. I don't think it's dropping Reputation anytime soon, even if it is ready to go. All right, my friends, it was so nice to hang out with you guys. We'll come on around 10 a.m. Eastern tomorrow. We'll pull up Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman, see what's going on with their energy. But until then, it's honestly like I have so much fun with you guys. Thank you for also entertaining me when I'm stressed. Thank you for sending the billionaire energy over. Could use it right now. It's such an honor to hang out with you guys. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys if you're joining me tomorrow around 10 a.m. Eastern. We'll chat about Ryan and Hugh. Bye, guys.